The story of this combine is what?
Combine-wise specifically,
yes, sir.
Obviously Fernando Mendoza is, I think everyone believes, going to be the number one
yes, sir.
overall pick. You know, what happens after, I think, is interesting. The story of the other stuff at the combine is really where all the quarterbacks going.
Yes, sir.
We are going to have a situation I can never remember. 2 years ago, Russell Wilson was cut by the Broncos and signed to the Steelers for $1 million or whatever it was. A starting quarterback who was due the minimum. And we were all like, this is crazy. This never happens. We could have like 5 of them this year. Seriously. Tua, if he gets released. Kyler, if he gets released. Justin Fields. Geno Smith. Kirk Cousins, who already is making $10 million this year. It's a lot of starting quarterbacks who could be cut at any moment. So, you know, instead of waiting till free agency, we could be talking Tua, Kyler, all those guys next week, not 2 weeks.
To what do we owe this?
I don't think it's an outlier. What I think is if you have a guy, like you have a starting quarterback who you drafted, and there comes a point where it's either pay him or not. And almost always the choice is pay him. Because if you don't pay him, you got to go find another one, right? And it's like every quarterback discussion, even with the Vikings, it's like, oh, are they going to, replace JJ? It's like, well, they're not going to replace him. They're going to add, because if you, you have to find someone else. So everyone decides to pay. And what happens is, and at least in these cases, you pay these guys, then you're like, okay, well, this is not my guy anymore. And now you have no choice.
Why would the Cardinals be divorcing Kyler Murray?
The argument to keep him is he's still a good quarterback.
Yes.
You're already paying him $40-something million. He's due $20 million next year if he's on the roster. So that's guaranteed.
Okay.
That's why a release is likely for that money. But let's say you don't. Well, then you just deal with the $20 million later and you have your starting quarterback. And they have a new system. They have a new coach. There's a possibility that Michael Flores says, I'm just going to keep this guy. The reason why you move on is last year was a lot. He got injured. It was, I think, probably worse than people thought, took longer than people thought. They basically benched him for Jacoby Brissett, even though he was also kind of come back from an injury. They were like, Jacoby's our guy now. And I don't know how many quarterbacks will want to go back in the building after that. I think he would like to be in a place that's not rebuilding. You reach a point with an organization where you're like, I don't think it's going to happen. I would like something new.
Okay. And is Tua that way with Miami right now?
Oh, yeah. I think he said it. Like, don't take my word. Like, Tua said, in his locker room cleanout day was basically like, do you think you would benefit from a fresh start? And he was like, yeah.